Let us get ready for IBHL final test. Here is a very brilliant question. Based on statistics, we'll look into probability density function. The probability density function for a random variable x is given by f of x equals to cx e to the power of minus x, where x is between 0 and 1 and is 0 otherwise. Where c is a real number, find the value of c. So the basic concept is that the sum of these probabilities should be 1, and for that we need to do integration. So we'll see integration by parts and then solve this question. Great. Well, I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where students share their problems and we provide them solution absolutely free. Now, let's look into the solution of this question. So the idea here is that we are given the probability distribution function, which is equal to c times e to the power of minus x, when x is between 0 and 1, both included, otherwise it is 0. Great. So what it really means that if we add up all the probabilities for all these values, right, then that should be equal to 1. And this adding up is basically a process of integration, and therefore we need to integrate the function. And as you know, it is from 0 to 1 that it has a value which is given by the expression cx e to the power minus x, otherwise it is 0. So we will do the integration from 0 to 1 and the function f of x dx. And this should be equal to 1. That's the basic concept. Now, when you want to integrate this kind of a function, so that will also remind you that, which type of integration can we do. So integration by parts will be ideal, right? So just to remind you, how do we do integration by part? Here is the formula. So integration dv, if I want to do, then what we do is we kind of substitute split and then we have the formula integration by parts, which is uv integral v du. So that is the concept. So here, let me rewrite the function now. So we have the integral from 0 to 1, and the function is c x e times e to the power of minus x dx. So clearly, c is a constant, it can be taken outside, and now the substitution. So substitution, which is best, is that now e to the power of x is the last thing to be substituted, as its integral is very easy. Correct. So we'll treat u as x, correct, and dv part we'll keep to e to the power of minus x dx. Makes sense? So when u is x, then du is going to be dx. And integrating this, we get v equals to. Now here, it is minus of, right? So because this is e, so minus of e to the power of minus x. Right? That is what it is. And therefore, the integral of the expression which we have can now be written as c outside, correct? And let's write the integral with c outside first, and then we will change it to this particular format, correct? So, okay, let's go in steps, okay? So e to the power of minus x dx. So what we have done here is that we are treating this part as dv. You get the whole idea. And we are keeping x as u. So that is the substitution which we have done. And now we can write down the integral of this particular function, right? So the integral of this becomes, so you have to multiply u and v, right? So these two terms you have to multiply. So you get minus x e to the power of minus x, correct? And to this you have to subtract integral of this, but it is minus outside, you get the whole idea. So it becomes plus here. And we have the integral from e to the power of minus x dx, correct? So that's what you get, and this is from 0 to 1. C is being multiplied to all this, so let me put all this in bracket and multiply by c. Is that clear to you? So now integral of e to the power minus x dx is very simple, and so it's kind of a very easy expression to work with, right? So what do you get? So what you get here is equal to minus c times x, or we can keep c outside, right? So, okay, let's keep c outside. And here we get minus x e to the power of minus x, and the integral of this part is e to the power minus x minus sine, so minus e to the power of minus x. And this is from 0 to 1. Is that clear to you? And that should be equal to what? That should be equal to 1. Is that clear to you? So, that is how we are going to solve this. Perfect. Now we need to finally work on what we already have as a solution. So what we get here is c times. So we'll put 1 minus 1, right? So minus e to the power of minus 1 minus e to the power of minus 1. Let me write this bracket now. Correct. Minus 0 minus 1 equals to 1. Correct. So that gives you c times, so minus 2 e to the power of minus 1, I can put that in denominator, right? And this minus minus becomes plus 1 equals to 1. So taking e common, we get c e common minus 2 plus e, or c is equal to 1 over all this. So we can just flip and multiply, correct? So when you flip and multiply, you get e over minus 2 plus e. So that becomes the value for c. And so we can rewrite this as c equals to e over e minus 2. Make sense? So I hope with this you have understood how do we solve such questions. The strategy is to integrate the function from 0 to 1, right? So where we use integration by parts, integral of u dv equals to uv minus integral of v du. And we got the value of C as equal to E over E minus 2. Makes sense, correct? So, whenever a probability density function is given to us, we know that the total sum, is 1, and that helps us to solve these questions. So, I hope the concept is clear along with how statistical problems have been now extended towards integration. And that is all about preparing for a very important test like IB, final exam. So I hope that helps. Feel free to write your comments, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your valuable time. All the best.